Okay. So I get the sign that I should get started. Yeah. So I just want to make some closing remarks. I don't want to, or I do want to, but I'm also asked to. So, so I thought it would be a good idea to end to look at, but what did we actually learn today? So I thought it would be good to start by remembering where did we start this morning. And I think it was a really cool start we had this morning with the first keynote speaker from AI in Sweden, right? I mean, and he started out by saying, I'm a competitive person. I see this really competition from China, and I want to be in this game. And I can feel that too, and I can feel it today. We need to be in this game, right? And to do this, he had created this really cool lab here in Sweden that is really on edge about this federated learning. And I really think that was a really strong kickstart for today. And then we heard from Informatica, from Greg, about this simplification. And you could see, I can hear how much mature is this tool actually now compared to just a few years ago. And that is also meaning we are getting somewhere on this journey, right? It's not a lot of talk about we lack tool for this and this and this. We are getting started, right? We are getting somewhere you can hear, they have an idea of what is actually needed in the industry, they talk to partner, all of this, it gets smarter. And then we have Scania explaining of all these emotions. And I think we could all recognize what he was talking about, right? We have all seen the shock in the stakeholders, the shock in our colleagues. We have seen all these frustrations where people start to blame each other. We have all been there, and maybe we are there right now. But what does this also mean? It also means that we do something that really matters, right? If it's not something that matters, then you don't get all these emotions. I mean, I don't get these emotions when I go and buy milk. I just buy a milk, and if the milk is sold out, I take another milk. So maybe we don't feel this competition with China every day, but to some level, we really do feel that it matters, this thing. It's something that is important to the organizations. It's something we want to fight about, right? It's not just something. So I think that is worth remembering next time that you go through all this frustration. It is because we do something where we feel we can have an impact, not only in our own job, but maybe in the Western. I think that is really interesting. And I think we also is on to something here because I met people who says, I have been an online event from these great guys, and then I can see it's really cool discussions you have. So I take all my people and travel from New York to here to be part of this. That is cool, right? We all thought they were the leading one. Now we get you guys. Yeah. And then another thing. For the first time in my life, I was in a room these days with two CDOs, and the first time. That's never happened before. And another thing with this is, they say, we have been in our role for a long time. We have had this role for 5 years. Look at us, we can do it. And I mean, they've really been where it is if we know. And I recognize it is an achievement to be this in 5 years. So I think we really need to listen to what they say, because they have been in the middle of all these emotions that Helena talked about, right? They really have been there. We all see some corners, but they have been in the middle. This was what 4 years ago we would say, if we could just get a CDO in our company, we would be so happy. We could do everything, right? It seems like they have a little arbejde to this. So let's hear what they say. And one thing you can hear is from Joe is when he's used to this, right? He's starting to be used to convince people about what he's saying, because he says you need to see data as money. And when he says that, I don't know how many times it has been repeated today. He starts to know how do we actually talk this language. Even for ourselves, we buy in, right? We say, that's a good phrase, we can use this. And this is what we need to learn. This is also the ending remark from the conclusion today. We need to learn this. We need to talk the language. Go to a higher level than we normally do. When we say something extreme, we say it a little bit more, right? And we stop all this. When we think we are cool and say data mesh, we just show it up and say, see data as money. This is a language that people can understand. We can even better understand it ourselves to be really cool. Another thing these two CDOs says a lot is stakeholder management and change management. this is some topics that's really going up this year, right? What do we do about this? We are being controlled, and a lot of stakeholders, they have no clue what they talk about. And then we need to transfer an organization that also barely knows what we are talking about, right? So it is a hard job. And that is why I think it's really critical that we try to stick together, because the things we can learn here, maybe it seems like a waste of time for somebody, but when we go home, we can hear other people facing the same issues in other industries. We get good ideas, and we can then start to change. Even then it's hard in our own organizations. We are plenty now, right? I mean, we just need to do it together. And and there's all other words that's coming up. So it's a lot about, we learn it's about culture, it's about change management, that's what we need to say, stakeholders management, and simplification. When we talk, we need to do it simple, and when we do it, we need to do it simple. There was one who said, my favorite year, the first year I had this job, was pragmatic. It was also the second, it was also the third. That's the thing, right? We need to be pragmatic, simple, and then we need to do it. I think that's what we learned. And as I said, there is progress, right? We are not discussing anymore how do we get tools. We can just get the tools. We also, to some degree, have the feeling we can get colleagues that have the skills, right? And when we talk governance, I can see in the presentations, we are much better now than we were a few years ago, right? It's very precise. The advices we get is really like, you need to do this, this, and this. It's getting there, right? And then there's the thing, should it be central or decentral? Yeah. Is it data management? I don't think we found anything. We didn't find the right value yet, but we are on the way. And I think that is the critical thing. It's like a pendulum. And I think we will figure out, and I really think that this is going in the right direction. So I think we should be proud of ourselves. And I think we are really getting there. And maybe we do not feel like we are competing with China every day, right? But something is driving us to have all these emotions that Helena is talking about. And I think that is cool. So be proud, and we have some impact. Thank you.